Liver. I hardly know backquote. Hard liquor every night. Started to see dependence setting in and stopped enjoying it and started to interfere with work. Final straw was when I went to the hospital for severe withdrawal symptoms. I'm about 3 weeks in, not a drop. Going to rehab for a month in a couple days for a month. Wish me blessings. I'm in the same boat. I've been tapering for about 8 days now. Was doing a pint a night plus anywhere from 6 to 12 beers a night as well. Woke up with breathing issues, manually gasping for air, heart palpitations, awful anxiety, shaky hands until I could fix it instantly, in the morning, with 1 shot and 2 beers, and continue that through the day. The withdrawal has been a process, but I'm down to 2 to 3 beers, and about 1 to 2 shots now as of last night and tonight. Keep on keeping on, my friend. Long family history of people dealing and failing to control their alcohol addiction. So the best way to make sure this won't happen to me is to avoid it as much as possible. Same. My father's side, father included, are alcoholics. And with my depression, it's just not a good idea. It has never appealed to me. To put it another way, I have no reason to drink alcohol. Reasons not to drink. I hate the taste. It's too expensive. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I have too many alcoholics in my family. Reasons to drink. None. Results. Easy choice. I'm always scared to not feel well, and I don't like the feeling of not being able to control my thoughts very clearly. Yes, same. Hate being out of control. Because I'm allergic. Break out in handcuffs, misdemeanors, and felonies. Yeah, no. Edit. Thank you for all the responses. They were great, and I did not expect it to blow up. In all seriousness, I've lived that life, and let me just say that it's not a life worth living. At 20 years old and 3 DUIs, life questioned me, to which I had no answer. On May 13th, 2011, I decided to break the vicious cycle of alcoholism that has cursed my family for generations and has taken so many of their lives. I thank God every day that my daughters have no earthly idea what it's like to grow up in a house with an alcoholic. Sobriety is the strength of the soul, for it preserves its reason unclouded by passion. Pythagoras. Tears, fights, etc. etc. Grew up a nerd, so didn't touch the stuff when I was young. When I was old enough to drink, I was old enough to see how many alcoholics were in my family. Finally, every doctor I've ever told I don't drink has replied good. Not a doctor, but good. Cause I'm sober. For 20 years. I'm a couple days shy of a month off of booze. I'm really only California sober, but ISTG smoking weed does not make me even 5% as useless as drinking. Also finally started the nicotine patch. Productive summer lol. I'm a 47-year-old alcoholic with 4 years sobriety. People normalize drinking way too much. Congrats. I have 5 months, 6 months on the 11th, God willing. People like you are an inspiration. Because addict. Any substances spiral real quick into all of them at once, and my life in the banon. What up, team dumpster fire? I don't like anything about it. Tastes awful. Hate the feeling of being buzzed/drunk. Despise hangovers. Tastes awful. I've had people telling me, since I was first old enough to drink, have you tried? You can't even taste the alcohol, and let me tell you, every single time, I can taste nothing but the alcohol. All I've ever tasted regardless of the drink is the way rubbing alcohol smells, and I will never understand how people can like it. That said, I recently tried a beer that at least had a nice pineapple taste buried deep under the intense aroma of pure hops. Wastes money, causes headaches and beer belly, makes people unsafe drivers. I've seen how it ruined my boyfriend's life before he died. Emphasis on the beer belly. I've noticed how many of my friends from college have ballooned in size, and the number one cause I can deduce is alcohol/beer consumption. Why should I drink? Basically my response when someone asks me why I don't lol. I find drunk people ridiculously annoying. The longer you're sober, the more apparent this becomes. Also, people who say I'm actually smarter when I'm drunk/high. No, you're not. I used to. Now, I don't like the way it makes me feel. My kidneys hurt afterward. The way I feel during/after drinking is drastically different in my 30s than it was in my 20s. Hangovers can last days, and, like you said, internal organ pain becomes a thing. Because I don't want to, and that's the only reason I need. People who don't play football, why? You don't dance Macarena in the shower. Please explain. Why aren't you eating sushi right now? It was meddling with my medication. This for me as well, and with as expensive healthcare and medication costs are, no way I'm messing up my health with some overpriced spicy poison water. 5 years ago I was diagnosed with liver failure from drinking too much. Stopped drinking and now no longer qualify for a transplant because you're no longer ill enough to require a new organ. How I did it: 1 stopped drinking, 1 started following liver specialist directions, 1 recovered from jaundice that was so bad I was orange, 1 lived in pandemic conditions a full year before the pandemic, 1 went bankrupt from hospital bills, 1 waited 18 months to find out I'm also anemic because blood cells are dying too quickly, 1 supplemented with lots and 1 drank only filtered water and started walking after 2 years of no energy, 1 started medical cannabis and serapeptase, a scar reduction enzyme, 1 increased steps per day from 150 to 15k steps gradually, daily goal is only 7k now, 1 feeling better than in the past 10 years, also stopped smoking cigs over a decade ago. Wow. Good for you. Keep up the good work. Because it's poison. It's called intoxication for a reason. Hangovers aren't worth it at all, and my nerves get really sensitive whenever I drink. Not to mention it takes days for my bowels to go back to normal. Tummy hurt. Poopy squirt. RNXIETY. I'll have a drink casually when out and enjoy fun cocktails, but nothing beyond that. Makes me so anxious on the come down.